Are you struggling to build beautiful and modern websites on HighLevel? Today I'm going to show you how to recreate 3 web design layouts that I came across online inside the GHL website editor. Now I've spent over 1,000 hours building websites on the platform, so by the end of this video you'll see exactly how I use the GHL website editor so you can start building beautiful websites like a pro. The first section that I wanted to show you is this one right here. This is Cartier. The first thing that I noticed is that there's kind of like 2 sections. The first is the nav bar right here, and then this hero section with the tab headline and a headline here with an image. So let's go to HighLevel, create this very quickly. I'm going to start with a full width section. I'm going to have 2 columns. Here I'm going to add an image, which will be the logo, and in this side I'm going to add a button. So I'm going to make it so that it's a little bit different, but you'll get the idea at the end. The button seems to have a transparent background. Of course, make it so that this is black so we can actually see it. For now, what I'm gonna do is make it so that this is a lot smaller. This is way too big, so let's say 100 right here. I'm gonna make it so that this is right aligned just like this, and my image will be left aligned. I'm gonna click on image options on this icon right here, and I'm gonna add my logo right here. What I'm gonna do now is add the full width section. This is a 1 column row. I'm gonna start with a paragraph and then a headline, and lastly I'm gonna do an image. So I'm just showing you very quickly how I would do this. Time is an illusion. I'm gonna type that here, and then I'm gonna copy this at the top, paste it here, add a lot more space, so from 0 maybe to 40, and then for this one I see that there's a lot more space as well, so I'm gonna do 80 here at the bottom as well. I'm gonna add my image here, which in this case it's this one, and that looks pretty cool. You see that even though we haven't added that much, this website already looks very beautiful and very luxury. I'm gonna make it so that this is much bigger. Everything is italics, and for the font weight I'm gonna make it so that it's very light like this. Of course it's a different font. In this case I don't know exactly what font it is, but for now let's try to find a cool font. I'm gonna type this Bebas Noya right here. I'm gonna make it so that this is way bigger, so let's say 86, just like this. Let's preview this to see what I have right now, and then I'll show you what I would do to make it so that it's exactly the same. This is what Cartier's website looks like, and this is what my website looks right now. This exact font, I don't have it on HighLevel, so I'll just have to leave this one for now. Let me make it so that this is all capital letters. So you could type this again, but if you want to save yourself time, you can just click on advanced, and then here where it says text transform, you can select uppercase, and it will make it so that everything is capitalized like this. I found a different font, which is Cormorant Garmont. So if I refresh this right here, I think it's going to be a little bit closer to their actual site. So you see, this is my recreation on HighLevel, and this is their site. So kind of similar, not exactly the same, but I did this in under 5 minutes, like you see here on this timer. The next section that I want to show you is how to build this beautiful section that I saw on a food and beverage company. So I'm going to start by adding a 2 column row. Here I'm going to add an image, and on this side I'm gonna leave it blank for now. The first thing that I noticed is that this has a different color. To see what color this is, I'll go to this website colors.co, select the picker tool, and select my exact shade. So in this case it's this shade of like a light orange or like nude color. So I'm gonna go back on HighLevel and make it so that that section has that exact color. So I'm gonna click this right here, custom colors, add a new color, paste my hex code right here, hit save, and now you see that we have that exact shade of the color. Now what I'm going to do is add an image here. So let me go ahead and add it right here. It's this one right here. I see that here we have a pre-headline, a headline, and then a paragraph. So let me go ahead and add this very quickly on HighLevel. All right, so I added a sub headline, a headline, and a paragraph. I need to change the font, but before I do that, let me go ahead and give it some more space right here. So 60 on this side. And then if we take a look at this right here, there's a lot more space here and here. So let me go ahead and add this very quickly. Let's do 40 here at the bottom, or 60, and then 60 here at the bottom as well. I'm gonna go ahead and swap the copy here. So quality ingredients, paste it here. And then for the actual headline, I'm gonna do the same right here. Now before I change the actual font type, I'm gonna change the size. So this, I'm gonna make it so that it's a little bit smaller, like 20. And this one, I'm gonna make it so that it's bigger, 20 as well. And for this one, I do wanna make it a lot bigger. So let's say we do like 80, just like this. The distance between each line right here is very tight. So I'm gonna select my headline, and in advanced, I'm gonna change this from 1.3 to just 1. So it's a lot tighter, much more similar to what we have right here. The last step is to select a font that is similar to this. For my paragraph, I'm going to select this right here, hit custom, and then I'm going to go ahead and search one that I like. In this case, I'm going to select Nunito Sans right here. And for my headline, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So select a custom font. In this case, let's say I pick Sans Serif. Click this right here. It's not exactly the same font, but you get the idea. In this case, I need to make it so that it's italics as well. This is what we have right now, and this is what they have right now. There's a couple things that I'm noticing. First of all, I need to make this image and section a lot bigger or taller. And second of all, I noticed that this is very tight. I'm gonna make it so that this is a lot tighter. Let me go back to high level. I'm gonna start by moving this a little bit just like this. That way the image will be a little bit bigger. And you see how here, this is very close to the border. In our case, it's very centered. So to do this on high level, we can select the green row and then toggle this right here. So that's going to make it so that we take the entire width of this section. Of course, I do want to add some margin. So I'm going to select this right here and add here 40 on this side and then 40 on this side as well. All right, so this is what we have right now. And this is their actual site. So it's very similar. I played around a little bit with the spacing right here because I wasn't able to get it quite right. So what this looks like on high level is that I added a lot more space here on the right hand side of this column. That way it would be a little bit tighter like you see right here. The last section that I wanted to recreate on this video is for this hotel right here. So they have this very beautiful layout right here. So let me show you very quickly how I would do this on high level. What I'm going to do now is add a new row just like this. I'm going to start by adding a 1-column row. I'm going to add a sub headline. I'm going to go ahead and paste this right here. Make it so that this is a lot bigger. So let's say 28 just like this. What I'm going to do now is add a 3-column row. So let's start by doing that very quickly. Here I see that I have an image, then I have another image, and then I have a kind of like a text block right here. So let me go ahead and add this very quickly on high level. I'm going to start by adding an image right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, move it to this section right here. Let me go ahead and add both images very quickly. We added our first image. Let me go ahead and add our second image like this. And I want to make it so that it has this exact color. So again, I'm going to use coolors.co. Select the picker tool and then click this right here. Now I get this exact shade of color. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and then go back to high level and then make it so that that section has that specific color right here. I need to make sure that I have this hashtag here in the front, hit add. And now I have that exact color. I'm going to click this right here and make sure that that section also has that color. In this case, I see that I have a headline, sub-headline, and a text. So let me just go ahead and add this very quickly. Here I have headline, sub-headline, and paragraph. I've pasted the copy right here. I'm going to make it so that it's smaller and add more space just like this. So the first thing though is I want to make it so that it's lined up here at the top. I'm going to select my column, and then for content alignment, I'm going to select left right here. That's how I make it so that it goes all the way to the top. Now that it's here, I'm going to make it so that this is smaller. Let's say 16 or 18, just like this. And then this one, I'm going to make it so that it's 24. This, I'm going to make it so that it's 16 or 14, I should say. And of course, start adding some more spacing right here. So you see how it's very similar, and all of the sections, I'm using the same kind of like thought process. It all comes down to putting everything together and a lot of experience using the GHL website editor. All right, so let me go ahead and save this right here and preview what we have right now. This is what we have right now, and this is what their actual website looks like. Again, it seems like ours is very centered. So what I would do is click this right here, make sure that this section takes the entire width. And then I want to make it so that my blue section is probably like 95 or 90% of the width of the screen. So that's another way that I can make it so that this section covers more of the screen like you see right here. So this is my final result for the third section, and this is the actual website. So you see that it's very, very similar, and you can see that you can still build beautiful layouts within the GHL website editor. If you want a more in-depth tutorial as to how I use the GHL website editor, I did a 27-minute video. So if you're just starting out building websites on high level, or you want to see how I build websites on GHL like a pro, you can click the first link in the description and go watch that video as well.